you had a scientific education. You've worked in science and in politics and in the SAS. You keep fit and you stay healthy, but you haven't really embraced alternative therapies. Is there any specific reason for that?
Well, partly because I'm a scientist. I mean, I sort of believe things should be demonstrated, provable. You know, have some plausible background to them. I mean, I do take things like echinacea. You know, if I've got a cold, or garlic if I'm meeting somebody I don't like. But I wouldn't bother ever with homeopathic medicine, for example, because there's absolutely no basis to it. You know.
Yeah.
I want to be able to think there is a good, logical, scientific reason for something before I rely on it.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you in a minute to try reflexology. And without having a good scientific reason, this will just be a test of whether...
I'm ticklish?
Whether you're ticklish, and, well, whether this makes you feel good.
We'll see.
Okay, well, let's introduce you to our reflexology therapist.
All right.
If you make your way over here.
Hello. Come and take a seat. That's it.
Around the back
I'm going
here.
to tip you back upwards.
That's it. Make yourself comfortable.
That's it.
Or turn yourself upside down.
No, I'm going to just take a seat
Whatever
here.
works.
Now, Rima, just explain, what is the principle behind reflexology?
Reflexology is a complementary therapy where there are pressure points on the feet. There are some on the hands, some on the face, some on the ears as well, but they all reflect parts of the body. But it generally works more on the nervous system.
I mean, we've got some charts here showing the different parts of the feet. So that is David's brain there.
Well, that would be the pressure point for the head and neck area. It's around
I wasn't suggesting for a moment his actual brain.
But if you were to divide your body in half, the left side of your body would be reflected on the left foot and the right side on the right foot.
All right,
So this would normally be done in an hour in a therapy room, dimly lit.
We've lit some aromatherapy candles here, not to relax you, just in case your feet stink.
Shall I just give you a little bit of a taster of
Go on.
what to expect? Yep.
You seem to be in a very comfortable place. Now, there's an injury, isn't there, that you've got?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, it's a combination of injuries. It's spinal and shoulder.
Right.
So I don't have any feeling in parts of my left arm.
Really? Creepy. I quite like that. That's pretty cool. Are you part mechanised?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Steve Austin of British politics.
Yeah, the components get smaller as years go by.
Oh, really? I'm so sorry. Is there anything you can do for that? So what's the nature of that injury?
Well, it's a parachuting injury.
Yeah.
I fell about 100 and something feet with a collapsed parachute. And
yeah, that's far enough.
Yeah.
Rima, is that the sort of thing that reflexology could help with?
It's possible. I mean, I've treated people with things like frozen shoulders, and they've said that they felt an improvement. Now that's near one of the cervical spine vertebra. Yeah.
I saw that where you're on the outside of the toe, and it said cervical. Yeah. And I thought, you've done well if you found that.
I'm not pregnant.
No. I'm just slightly wary of you pushing on the colon. Is any of your cynicism about this sort of thing disappearing at this stage? And Rima, you won't be offended if it hasn't.
No, not at all.
It's too soon to tell. Isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, there are parts of the body that only work when you're walking. Your lymphatic system, your immune system. The pump for it is actually you moving around. There's no heart. There's no equivalent. You know. So if I found that it worked, and Rima's only got 10 minutes, so she's not going to have much chance to prove that. I would then start to think, why?
Rima, which part of the foot relates to the foot?
There is actually. Well, you actually would work on the hands if there was a problem with the foot. Because
now, hang on a minute. I was going with you for a second.
That's thrown you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
No, the hand reflex points will actually.
That was a bit sore, was it?
I could feel something happen. I don't know quite what it was.
That was near the area of your adrenal gland, so it's the organ that
produces all the
stress hormones.
This isn't the perfect environment to really assess this, but quite pleasant.
Oh, very pleasant. who knows? If whether it would have a physiological effect over time, I don't know. But very pleasant. And
Rima says it does.
Yeah.
And who are we to dispute
we
that?
don't know. We don't know. And what is evident is the response to different parts of the feet is different. It's worth looking at.
That was a politician's answer, if ever I had. While you're in this position, your marks out of 10 for reflexology.
Well, I'm still down here.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I think 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 for reflexology. Thank you to Rima. Now, let's talk about literature. You've read a lot, mostly escapist fiction, but I wanted you to read someone who's made a huge impact on the world of literature and falls under the genre of lad lit. Whether that's unfair or not, we can discuss, but it's Nick Hornby's first novel, High Fidelity. Now,